What's happening, people? Hey, it's a great day. It's chilly outside, 24 degrees. Big difference from the other day. It was like 50 just yesterday or something like that. But anyway, day three and being intentional about our time with God. And that's what we're saying. We're just challenging everybody to take an hour out of your day to spend with God. Now, it doesn't always have to be an hour of prayer or an hour of reading. Sometimes it's an hour of meditating and or just getting by yourself. But one thing that I like to do sometimes is just get alone, get in my car, put on some nice worship music or praise music, and just spend time thanking God. Just you can drive around for an hour, hit the expressway or whatever the case may be, or just a half hour, whatever it is. And so, I just want to encourage you that it always, you don't have to spend an hour just praying, an hour just reading, or an hour just meditating. Yesterday, we gave you some things to do as it relates to that. But it can be where hey, I'm being intentional about being in the presence of God and listening for just things that God may want to say to you, because we always think about what we want to say to God, but what does God have to say to you, and how is God speaking to you? Now, someone asked me the question, well, how do you know when God is speaking to you? How do you know the voice of God? Well, I'm going to tell you something. It takes some time to fine tune this discipline of hearing God. But I will say this, that at any time, at any moment, on any topic or situation that you are facing, that it's possible to hear at least three voices, maybe four, but at least three. One voice that we will often hear, that we're most acquainted to, is ourself. And then we have the enemy's voice, uh, and then we have other people's voice, words, things that other people have spoken over us or said to us, or different things of that nature. And then there is God's voice. Now, other people's voice and the enemy's voice is easily identifiable because they're facts. Most often they're facts, which means that it's something that has happened, situations that have taken place, but they're just things that they're saying. God's voice will always give you truth. There's a difference between facts and truth, and we'll go about that into another video. But the thing of it is this, is that other people voice, that you have people that love you, that will always coddle you, and so that voice will be of a coddling one. Where if you facing a situation, be like, man, I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do about this? If it's something to do with coddling you, or or not you drawing back, more than likely it's somebody else's voice, or people that have spoken negativity. And then what the enemy would do is use that negativity and make you feel like you're not worthy, or you're not able to do or to say, or or whatever the case may be. I can't give you the perfect example here, but and then your voice too is always one of survival. I'm going to survive this, I'm going to get through this, and survival kind of a tone to it. And so then, but God's voice is always one that challenges you and pushes your faith. And so that can sound a lot of different ways, but I'm going to do this whole teaching on hearing the voice of God and knowing what to do. And there's some basic steps to getting to this discipline. But oftentimes God will speak to you and challenge you, and it will be totally contradicting to your current circumstance or reality. Oftentimes, when you look in the Bible, God shows up to Noah, tells him to build an ark, And even range at. What do you mean build an ark, build a boat? And then how am I supposed to gather all these animals? So it's just stuff that just is beyond sometimes our resources, beyond our abilities, beyond those things. God can use to speak to us about that, and you'd be like, man, am I dreaming? Am I tripping about something? Like, no, God is really talking to you about the future of your life. And then the other thing is, more than likely, you won't be able to achieve it, whatever God is telling you to do, within your lifetime. You're gonna have to pass it on to the next generation. God may be talking to you about something with your family, breaking a generational curse or whatever the case may be. You may be able to do some parts, but somebody else is going to have to pick that up and take it on a little bit further. And so just want you guys just to be encouraged as you spend time with God. Listen for his voice. And if you want to be a part of the lesson as it relates to just send me, inbox me, or either leave your, just say, if I know you already, to say, hey, put me on this contact list, because I want to be a part of that. It'll be an internet Bible study. Basically, you get a link you can log in at a certain time, or if you miss it, you'll be able to replay it. But you'll get this link, and so that you can join us on hearing and understanding the voice of God. And if you want to be a part of that study, then just hit me up. Let me know, because I would love for you to be a part of that study. And there's a book that I want to recommend to you by Henry Blackaby. It's called Experiencing God. And so that's a book that we use to teach from sometimes as it relates to understanding the voice of God and understanding what it means to experience God, because the Greeks believed that to know something was to experience it. And so oftentimes we say, oh yeah, I know that, but have you experienced it? So I want you this year to experience God in the fullness of all he has for you. And I want to encourage you along your walk, and understanding I'm building my faith as you're building your faith. We are doing things as you're doing things. And just, I wanted to encourage you as you move forward to always put God first and to just see how things move forward in your life. And so I'm here for you, here to encourage you, and understand that we're going to be praying for you and fasting for you. So if you have any prayer requests, special prayer requests you want other people doing that, download our app. There's a prayer wall on there that you can do that as well, and we'll include a link to our app, or you just go to your Apple store or something like that. But anyway, have a great day. It's cold outside. I'm about to run in the house, and peace.